Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Warrior Report here at HBC TV 25. I'm Justin Barrientos. Thank you for joining us. We are brought to you by Russell & Associates, coming to you from the 111 Riverfront Building, the Latch Development Center in downtown Winona. We're talking with head coach Brian Bergstrom. One game under your belt now. Probably didn't go the way that you had wanted it to against Saginaw Valley State. A 27-0 deficit to begin. How do you feel that happened? What happened in that game?
Well, football's an interesting game, and there's not always an exact reason why something happens. And I don't think it was like one thing that happened. And if I knew exactly what happened, I'd write a book and be able to sell it for how not to let it happen. But there's a lot that goes into it, and we're not making excuses. We weren't good enough in the first half. We got out executed, and at times they played harder than us. And ultimately, that's on all of us in our football family to take accountability to that. Certainly, it all falls on me, and I can tell you that we're a motivated group that's not going to allow that to happen, because we saw what we could do when we play hard and we play fast and we play together, and just ourselves. I feel like we were a little hesitant in the first half for whatever reason, but we ended the first half with momentum, with 1 second left scoring, and then came out, forced a defensive turnover, and at the end of the game, we were fighting for our lives to go kick an onside kick to drive it again. So imagine if we would have started that way. So there was extreme frustration with the result, but also a ton of positive to build on and say, look what we can do.
Yeah, talk about that comeback then in the first half. Was there ever any sense of dread on the sidelines, or were you always thinking, hey, we just need one or two plays to turn our way and we're right back in this one?
I thought our sideline handled the adversity really well, and same in the locker room at halftime. And I didn't ever sense panic. I sensed people being upset, and they should be. They worked too hard to have it go the way it was going. And the last thing I told the team at halftime was, we're going to find a lot about our character in the next hour and a half of our lives. And because it's really easy to talk about doing hard things and grit and growing from experiences and doing it for your teammate, truly going 1-0, it's a lot harder to do it when it means something. And they did it when it means something. And we fought back, and really proud of them for that.
All right, I do want to get into some of the individual performances, but one more question generally about the game. Is this one easier to kind of flush away because it's a non-conference game, and now your conference season starts this week?
I don't know that our guys see it that much. I don't see it that way that much in terms of whether it's easier or harder to be excited about a win or a loss. To us, a game is a game, and it really doesn't matter who we're playing. We have an opportunity to win, and we didn't. But we can't let winning and losing, and I'll say the same thing after we win. We can't let winning and losing and the outcome of the numbers on the scoreboard impact our ability to diagnose what went well and what didn't go well during the game. Otherwise, you're not getting better. If you sit back and say, well, we won the game, we must be good enough, or we lost the game, nothing we do is right, neither of those are true. So,
all right, I know there was a battle at quarterback during camp. So Cole Stenstrom, who's a transfer from South Dakota, gets the start against Saginaw Valley. What should folks know about him as we get going with the home season this week?
Yeah, well, first off, we got a lot of quarterbacks that are really good players, and we got good ones to pick from, and it was a battle. And Cole ultimately won out, but we're confident in a lot of the guys in the room. But Cole's a competitor. He's a leader. He's a football junkie. He is in the office, almost as much as the coaches, trying to get every little stitch of information that could help us. And he does the same thing with his preparation and his body and his nutrition and his workouts. And one thing you can know about him is he will do everything in his power to be ready to play his best and lead on Saturdays.
All right. Let's talk about how you see the offense going, because the run game didn't quite work against Saginaw Valley. So how do you work that back into the system for this week?
Well, one, you don't give up on it. We certainly, there's things we got to do better fundamentally in the game of football to run the football, and that's important. And there's certain things that Saginaw Valley was very good at, and give credit to them. They had a very athletic defensive line and linebackers. Not an excuse, but give some credit to them as well. Part of it was that we were down 27-0, so we couldn't just run the ball all second half. We needed to score faster, which we were able to do, and we were having success doing that. That's where we were gaining our momentum. So yes, we want to be balanced, but in the moment, we got to do what's best for the football team. And in that moment, it was throwing it more. But like I led with, we can't give up on it. So that's where it starts. It starts with running the ball and stopping the run. So we go back to the drawing board and we develop the best plan to attack Concordia St. Paul in the run game.
All right. Over 400 yards rushing for Saginaw Valley. So what did you see in the defense that you can correct? Or was the run game for Saginaw Valley just that good?
They're good, but no, they're not that good. That's inexcusable, and ultimately it lands on every single defensive player and certainly on all of us as coaches, and that can't happen. Now, where did the breakdowns happen? The breakdowns happened not in our confusion or inability to fit the run. It was more of we got to tackle better. We got to get the guy to the ground, and it seems very rudimentary, but ultimately football on defense is about running to the ball and tackling the ball. There's only one ball, so one person has it, and we got to tackle him. And many, many, many times we're in position and miss the tackle. So that tells us we got to work more on tackling and work more on our angles, and that is being addressed daily in practice. And our players know it's a theme this week defensively. And the theme overall, though, is to start fast, because we felt like we didn't start fast in the game. For whatever reason, we were hesitant at the beginning, and we're doing everything we can to correct that.
All right. Last thing then about defense before we get a little preview of Concordia. You did get a couple takeaways from your defense. Talk about that.
Those are huge. I think we had 3 takeaways on defense. And anytime we can give the ball back to the offense without the other team kicking it to us is a good thing, because that stops obviously point scoring opportunities, and it gives us momentum. And we built up those. So great job by the defense there. We just got to be better with not giving up big plays.
All right. So the home opener is this weekend on Saturday, 1 o'clock at Maxwell Field at Ultra Federal Credit Union Stadium. Concordia St. Paul is the opponent. They played Upper Iowa this past weekend. So what do you know about them, and what kind of game will fans expect?
Well, Concordia St. Paul is a 1-0 football team that is very confident, that has a lot of talent, that really doesn't care about what has happened in the past. So some people may think about, well, this was this team's record last year. That it doesn't matter. Our record last year doesn't matter. What matters is Saturday, and Concordia St. Paul is going to come in ready to go. They got, like I said, great athletes. They play hard, and we'll have a great test in front of us.
All right. Any players that you watch for, maybe from Winona State this weekend against Concordia?
Well, I'm looking for our leaders on all sides of the ball, defense, offense, special teams, to really lead the way, and to be the ones that start fast and allow the rest of the team to follow them. They got to be at the front of the line all week. They got to set the tone. And we also need a team full of guys that are also great followers and follow their lead. But part of what makes a good football team, this is what I'm looking for everybody, is the fewer people that we need to have be led to do everything they do, the better we'll be, because we're just doing things the right way. We can focus on leading to places we haven't gone yet, rather than just leading to places that we have been.
All right. Well, I appreciate the insight, and good luck against Concordia St. Paul.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And going after what he said about leaders, we have leaders coming up. We have 4 captains on the show for today. We'll get the offensive captains right after this here on the Warrior Report.
For over 60 years, Russell & Associates has been helping individual and business clients achieve what matters to them. Our trusted advisors have the expertise and experience to help with long-term plans for personal finance, business finance, or wealth management. Focus on what matters most. Call Russell & Associates Certified Public Accountants and Advisors today at 507-452-3100 or visit us online at russellcpafirm.com.
The Command IQ app helps me manage the Wi-Fi in every room of the house however I want. Like this room, where my wife talks to her friends in her book club every week. She's my best friend.
Time out. Have you seen the abs on the latest Bachelor? My husband used to have abs, but now he just has flabs. I don't know. Now, he says he works out, but I think...
It's not a book club meeting, it's a make fun of me meeting. Well, what happens in book club doesn't always stay in book club. So?
Oh. Darla? Honey, my Wi-Fi is down. That never happens.